Now make sure that you watch this to the end so you can see how I painted this lighthouse. I sprayed the canvas completely down. It was a black canvas with water, and then I just wiped back over it with the mop brush. Then I started putting on some alizarin crimson, very thin paint, and then I put blue, is a navy blue, on the right side and then all the way down into the water area. Now this is important to keep these separated so that when you put your yellow in a little bit later, it doesn't turn green on you. You'll see what I do here. Right now I'm just painting in some water, just to little U shapes all the way across so that it looks like waves. Then I'm going to go back in, put a little bit more white into the sky. And now I'm going to take some yellow. I put it up in the sky, and you can see it starting to bring out some red around that yellow. This is going to be where the light of the lighthouse is. So keep watching, you'll enjoy this. You'll have the light of the lighthouse, and then you'll have the light of the moon over on the right hand side. And this is how people can actually see when they're out on a ship. They use the lighthouse for direction. So in storms, they will keep looking out for that lighthouse. Now I just went back over and just kind of blended out some heavy strokes that I had in the water, and then blended the top out a little bit again because I didn't want these harsh crisscross lines that I had. And you can see I put the moon up in the sky. I just used my finger and put a little white on. Now I'm getting ready to go and put just some clouds in the sky, just a little bit around that area, and then I blended it back out. If I didn't blend it, it would be just some very harsh lines. You could keep it the way it is without blending it, and it will look fine. Now I had to wring out all my brushes and clean them up. And I tell you what, I got this new big brush that I'll be using later for the grass. Right here I'm putting the top of the lighthouse in, and then I'm putting the lines up and putting a little walkway like railing, because people have to go up there and maybe change the light bulb or the bulb so that it will continue to work. It used to be some type of lantern that they kept lit. Now it's probably a big halogen light bulb, or maybe even LED light or something that will stay bright. But here we go. I brought down the big part of the lighthouse, and I used a fan brush to fill that in. I used brown to fill that whole section in. And then, down at the bottom, I just put some highlights on this with the fan brush. I used a little bit of white, a little bit of the alizarin crimson to give it that pinkish color. And then I brought down a roof. You have to have a little building down below that you can enter the lighthouse and go up inside of the lighthouse. So it's a building there. Get ready to put some highlights on the roof. And then now I'm going to do a little bit of highlights on the front of the building. And this is just going to separate the light from the dark. And remember, it's pretty dark outside because the lighthouse has got to be in the darkness. So this you'll be able to see as it comes together. I'm going to be putting this on a little mountain, of course. So it'll start as the darker colors, and then I'll put some lighter colors, maybe some grass and some stones, and it'll start working out really nice. And then we'll actually be able to see where the light color and the dark color combine, and it ends up showing you rocks and stones. I just put some bright white back in where the light is in the lighthouse, just to give it a nice bright spot in there. Now, excuse me for my lighting a little bit, because I had my ring light had turned on me, and I didn't realize it till I had already finished recording this entire thing. So I tried to adjust it a little bit. I could not get the full adjustment, but as you see, it's good enough that you're able to see the grass. This is like a little field out in front of the house, and now I'm putting some rocks in there. I'll be doing a little bit of rocks, a little bit of grass, a little bit of rocks, a little bit of grass, and just to show that, you know, this is a mountainside. So there's my rocks, and then I put some grass back around it, and put some grass that's hanging over a little bit. I really like that. I might actually zoom in a little bit here. We'll see as I finish editing this. But you did get to see the full picture in the beginning of this video. I'm using my knife here again with the dark brown, and I'm just putting some more rocks and a little bit of a cliff there, because we want to see that cliff. Now, if you pull a little bit of this light color down, you basically just reach up there and let your knife touch the edge of the white and pull straight down. That will help you see a cliff. So here I'm putting some more dark brown, and then I just take my brush and I'm just kind of touching the grass over the edge of the cliff, and that helps you see that the grass is kind of growing down over the edge. I really